Hey guys, so I've landed in Montenegro now and have just gone from Podgorica up north to a little town called Zabljak. And my god, Zabljak is one of the most beautiful little charming villages that I've ever been. I'll post some photos on Instagram later because it is stunning. But I thought I'd get up this morning and go for a walk, a little bit of a hike from Zabljak town to the Black Lake, which is in Durmitor National Park. Well, Zabljak is too. Durmitor National Park pretty much surrounds the whole of the north of Montenegro. It's a huge national park, really famous national park, but the most popular thing to do at Zabljak is go for a walk around the Black Lake, which is where I am now. So let's go for a walk there now and I'll show you around. So I got up really early this morning. It was about 6 a.m. and took probably about 45-50 minutes to walk here from Zabljak. And when I arrived, there was no one here. It was beautiful. Now, being a Saturday and it's probably about 10 a.m. now, people are starting to turn up and it will get very busy just because it's good for families. It's easy to get to from Zabljak. And yeah, so just be warned, if you want this place to yourself, come early. It was literally me and a park ranger here earlier, so that was awesome. But anyways, this is the main entry into the park. And they've done a really beautiful job, but I'll give you a bit more of a view of the lake in a minute. First, we'll just go this way. They've got this beautiful restaurant bar area here. Usually I'm not a fan of these kind of places in places like this, but this one is really well done. It is stunning, actually. And it suits the setting perfectly. So I'll just go for a walk through it. There's people here for breakfast at the moment. Oh, quite a few more people than what were here 20 minutes ago. And why wouldn't you be? Because it's stunning. And that's the view. Just really wish I'd turned that music off. Do not need music in a place like this. Nature is all you need. But then you go up to here, it's like a little beer garden up here, which will be packed later today, no doubt. Look at this. How nicely done is it? I mean, it's really beautiful. Anyways, let's just go for a bit of a walk. So Durmitor National Park is made for hiking. There's a lot of hiking trails that start and finish at this lake. You can hike up to the peaks of the mountains that you can see in the background there. And you can also hike around this lake, which is what I did this morning. It's quite an easy hike, but also bear in mind that it's also deceiving. This lake, although yeah, it's quite big, I thought, that'd be about a 2-kilometre walk. But there is another lake that adjoins this one that you also have to walk around. It's not as big as this one, but definitely makes the hike a bit longer. There are some challenging sections, I guess you could call, where they have signs saying dangerous area ahead. It's mainly just rocks and tree roots and some steep sections that you have to go up and down, but definitely doable, even for kids. So yeah, hence this place is popular for families. It's accessible for everyone, really. So yeah. Anyways, so let's just have a look at this beautiful view down here. I took so many photos of these boats in the water with a reflection of the mountains in the background. I do have to say though that I reckon the morning light was much more reflective on the water. These mountains in the background I reckon they were more reflective. So if you want to take some amazing photos, I definitely recommend about 7 a.m. ish. Although the lake wasn't in full sunlight then, I just think it was more reflective. But yeah, on the flip side, you've got the full sunlight on the lake now and this beautiful turquoise blue colour, which confuses me about the Black Lake name. I don't know why it's called Black Lake, because it's can't see any black and it's beautiful. So a rename to Beautiful Lake would be warranted, I think. Let's just go around here a little bit. Sorry if you can hear me breathing and sniffling a little bit. It is a little bit chilly. It definitely gets cold at night. We're in the Alpine area. This area is under snow for a fair chunk of the year. And I've also found it a little bit harder to breathe here. And I think it's a mixture of perhaps the altitude, but it's not really high, and the cold air. But definitely found it a little bit more difficult. I will just go up here. Oh, what bit me on the back of my leg then? Bee or something. Starting to hear kids everywhere now. So yeah, again, if you want a peaceful Black Lake to yourself pretty much, come early. Let's just go down here because it's a stunning view. Look at that. Just magic. Now, I did read some signs at the entry there that there's no swimming, but I've already seen probably 2 people swim in it already, so I don't think there's any worries about that. Looking at the surface under the water, it just looks like mud. There's nothing that you can really damage environmentally if you go into the water, so I don't see that there's a problem with it. Although, just note, it'll be cold. One awesome thing to note about the national parks, or this national park in particular, as opposed to Albania, there seems to be a lot more environmental maintenance in Montenegro than Albania, which is amazing. As I said, I've already seen a park ranger walk around this morning and pick up rubbish, and the tracks and the trails look well maintained and signed, as opposed to Albania, they were not. So yeah, it's a big difference between Montenegro pumping money into these areas and Albania not really. It's fantastic to see, but just how stunning. 3 kilometers from the town, come for a walk. It's well worth it. What else can I talk about? Nothing else really. Tomorrow I'm thinking about going to Tara Canyon, second biggest canyon in the world and the biggest canyon in Europe, which I had no idea about, so that's a bit embarrassing. So I'm thinking about going there from Zabljak. Apparently it's about a 6 kilometer hike, but the hike is mostly along a road, which is not real enjoyable. So I'm going to try and suss out some transport options to there, because I really want to see that. And then the next day, I think I'll just rest. Won't do much, just hang around the village. The village is so beautiful. As I said, it's got some charm about it that is rare in villages like these. So yeah, if you're coming to Montenegro, head up to the mountains in Zabljak. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to head to the coast for a little while. Going to go to some beaches, not the most popular places because they are way too expensive. Like Budva is ridiculously expensive at the moment, which isn't usually during the off season, obviously. So then I'm going to go to the beaches for a few days and then back to Podgorica for a night before heading to Kosovo for 3 days, and then North Macedonia for 3 days, and then further east from there. So the next month or two is looking amazing, so I'm really excited about it. I love Eastern Europe. I think it's the best part of Europe, to be honest. One, it's a lot cheaper, but the culture, the sights, the scenery are all stunning. The people, you get used to them. As I mentioned in another video, they're not overly friendly, but that's just their personality. They're not being mean, they just come across as grumpy. That's all, and they're very direct, which is good sometimes as well. So yeah, you do get used to it. And yeah, that's about it from me and the Black Lake. So yeah, come here, do a hike around the lake. It's about 3 kilometers around. Hike here from the town if you want. That's another probably 3 kilometers. So yeah, good times to be had in this region. It's just, yeah, as you can see away from my head, it's just stunning. Let's just zoom in a little bit. I think I mentioned that you can hike to the top of those peaks if you like. You can pretty much hike anywhere in this national park. There's short hikes, there's day hikes, there's multi-day hikes. There's everything here for you. So yeah, highly recommend it. It is just beautiful. All right, I'll leave it here, guys, and thanks for listening. Cheers.